Well, hi there. I am Mr. Twisty. Shout out to my grandma. That's the only way she can hear me. One of the stars of today's story, Grandma Marjorie and the Feathered Pirate, is a parrot pirate. And I thought, you know what? I'd love to have a parrot too, since I don't have a real one. I decided to make a balloon animal parrot for today's show. Go. Parrots are so much fun. What should we call her? Polly. That's a great idea. How about Polly Pop? Polly can sing.
I'm a parrot, bold and bright. Feathers shining in the light. Talking's fun and jokes are too. I've got plenty just for you.
Repeat things.
Polly can repeat things. Polly can repeat things. Polly can... Wait, did I already say that?
And even share silly jokes.
Even share silly jokes. Polly's got a good one. What do you call having your grandma on speed dial?
Instagram. Oh, Polly, we have a show to do.
We need the treasure map, or at least some crackers.
We need our treasure map. And Trusty Parrot to guide us. Now, it's time to set sail on today's adventure, my friends. Hoist the anchor. Let's see where this adventure takes us.
Bye-bye, bird buddies. Don't forget your crackers.
Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventure. Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventure. Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventure. Here comes Mr. Twisty.
I am so glad you are here, and welcome to my magical treehouse. It's a place full of fun, laughter, and maybe even a surprise or two. Are you ready for a twisty adventure? I sure am. Let's get started. One of my favorite things to do to get ready for story time is telling silly jokes, especially dad jokes. Let's wake up our thinking caps and get ready for today's magical adventure. Ready to think? All right, so now think funny. Do you like to think funny? Let's tell 3 silly dad jokes. Today, let's count them down backwards. What do you get when you cross a parrot and a centipede? A walkie-talkie. Okay, counting backwards now, we're at number 2. Hey, number 2 would be number 2 if we counted forwards or backwards. Wow, that's cool. Okay, number 2. What's a parrot's favorite game? Hide and speak. Now we still have one more joke to tell. What's orange and sounds like parrot? Okay, give up. A carrot. Get it? They rhyme. Parrot, carrot. Oh, Jiminy Jingles. I love dad jokes. Wait, you look distracted. Are you seeing something in the treehouse? I don't see anything. Okay, so like I was saying, wait, you see it again? Do you see the swirly symbol on the easel? No? Wait, it's the TV? That TV has been broken for 40 years, but somehow my friend Read Headlines sometimes uses it to send us a message. I bet it's him. Let's check. Abracadabra, abracadadlines, won't you join us, Read Headlines?
Hi, Mr. Twisty. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just couldn't wait to share some exciting news. In the back of the book, there's a delightful scavenger hunt waiting just for you. So, don't you want to play along? As you listen to today's story, be sure to watch carefully to see if you can find all of the hidden treasures.
Oh, that sounds like a blast! How about we team up to find these things together? You want to? Awesome! Let's do it! Thanks, Reed! That sounds like a lot of fun, but I don't think it's exactly an emergency. Is there something else you wanted to tell me?
Oh yes, I almost forgot. For today's story, it might be helpful to know how to catch a unique bird.
Well, Reed, how do you catch a unique bird?
Unique up on him.
Oh, Reed, that joke flew right past me, but I guess it did have wings.
Here's another. How do you catch a tame bird? The tame way. Unique up on him. Wait, I'm getting something from the news director. A parrot just told him my jokes are for the birds.
I guess that's a feather in your cap.
Speaking of feathers, it's time for me to fly. The newsroom's buzzing. I can't deny. It's breaking news, so I must go. This feathered tail's the star of the show. Olay!
I always enjoy it when Reed stops by. It's such a treat to have him here. Now, are you ready for a little scavenger hunt? Me too. I can't wait to share today's adventure with you. It's called Grandma Marjorie and the Feathered Pirate. Let's dive into the story together, and we'll see if we can spot all the hidden treasures along the way. You might not believe me, but my grandma, Marjorie Fish, isn't an ordinary grandma. She is magical. I couldn't believe it either at first. Grandma Marjorie told me that when she was young, she decided to never grow up. So instead of becoming an adult, she became an expert at making music, mud pies, and mischief. When I was little, she would do all kinds of tricks. But one day, the summer I turned 6, I learned just how marvelous she really is. That morning, I could tell Grandma was up to something besides baking brownies. "You like to go for a ride?" she whispered. "Oh, yes, please. I love riding in her golf cart. Sometimes she even lets me drive." She put on the cardigan we'd made together. She wears it all the time, even though I messed up the pattern. "Mr. Misty, sir, are you ready for a ride?" Grandma asked. He bobbed his head. Grandma's sidekick goes with her everywhere. His full name is Misty Morning Crimson Sunset, but we call him Misty for short. "Let's go, loves," Grandma said as she twisted a tiny knob on her watch. "Are you ready, Mel?" "This might be a bumpy ride," Grandma said. "But what about the golf cart?" I asked. "Who said anything about the golf cart?" Grandma winked and squeezed my hand. Suddenly, my feet lifted off the ground, and we were spinning around like we were in a tornado. When I opened my eyes, we were definitely not in the golf cart. We were flying, and Grandma and I were tiny. "There!" Grandma yelled over the wind. I held on with all my might. We landed on top of the lighthouse. "This is where I grew up." Grandma's voice sounded scratchy. "Your daddy learned to swim and sail here. That's where he sank the motorboat." Just then, a huge seagull swooped down and stole Grandma's bag. "Oh, no, you don't, the thieving scoundrel," she cried. "Thief! Stop! Thief! Thief! Give me back my bag, you pesky feathered pirate! When I turned around, Grandma was swinging a big rope in the air. Misty squawked, "Thief! Thief! Thief!" Grandma lassoed the seagull and rescued her treasures. "What would I do without my map and magnifying glass?" she exclaimed. We were all catching our breaths when we heard people laughing on the ground below. "Oh, goodness," Grandma continued. "We've drawn quite the crowd, haven't we? Sorry, Mel, I guess it's time to go." On the way back, Misty zoomed between the sailboats. "Faster, faster," I yelled. Grandma shouted, "Watch this." She swung her lasso around Misty and knotted the other end around herself. Then she walked out onto Misty's wing and dove off. She somersaulted in the air all the way down to the water. Yahoo! When everyone was back on the dock, Grandma held out her hands to me. "Ready for those brownies?" she asked. "You bet," I replied. Grandma turned the tiny knob on her watch, and away we flew. Before I knew it, we had returned to Grandma's kitchen, and our normal size. Grandma's watch started chirping and the brownies were ready to come out of the oven. "Wait, how long were we gone?" I asked. Grandma just grinned and passed me a plate. "Tell me more about when Daddy sank the motorboat," I begged. "Oh yes, that's such a juicy story," Grandma replied. "You know, the end of every adventure is the beginning of the next. What would you say to taking the rowboat out tomorrow?" Grandma asked. "Really?" I could just imagine what kind of mischief Grandma would cook up on the river. "Grandma, today was incredible, but no one will believe us." "No, they probably won't," Grandma agreed. "But you and I will never forget." Wow! That was such a fantastic adventure! What part did you enjoy the most? I just adored Grandma Marjorie. She's a real spark of joy, isn't she? And you were amazing. Thanks to your sharp eyes, we found so many treasures in the scavenger hunt. You are like a scavenger hunt superstar. I couldn't have done it without you. Together, we found the boat, the birds, the fish, the squirrel, the ducks, the bunny, the mouse, the lighthouse, the sneakers, and the potted plant. Did I miss anything? Oh, yeah, the I Love Grandma mug. I really loved meeting Misty the parrot. Wasn't she incredible? Misty is an African gray parrot, one of the most amazing birds in the world. Let me share a few fun facts about her. African gray parrots are native to the lush forests of West and Central Africa. They are super smart and they love to chat. Some can even speak in complete sentences. Imagine having a parrot as your study buddy. These feathered friends can live a very long time, up to 60 to 80 years. That's like having a lifelong companion. In the wild, they're amazing flyers, traveling long distances every day to find food. And they're also very social and love company. In their natural habitat, they live in large, noisy groups full of chatter and activity. Isn't Misty just positively fascinating? Oop, wait, birds don't have paws. I mean, she's clawsome. Yikes, here comes a wacky wave of silliness. What's the best time to buy a pirate ship? When it's on sale! Well, my friends, it's time to wrap up for now. What's that? You want me to keep going? All right. Next week, I promise you more fun and laughs and plenty of surprises just like today. Spending time with you is the best part of my week, and I hope you'll join me for another adventure on Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventures. But you know I never like to say goodbye, so instead I say hello backwards. Hooray! See you next week!
Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventure. Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventure. Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventure. So much fun with Mr. Twisty.